The fire crackled, sending sparks into the cool night air. King Shahryar, his mind still occupied with the lessons of the Golden Falcon, settled back in his seat, his eyes never leaving Scheherazade. She, poised as always, began her next tale.
O king, you have heard of greed and ambition, and the consequences they bring. Now let me tell you the tale of the prince and the enchanted sea, a story of destiny, sacrifice, and the magic of the deep waters. Long ago, in a land where the mountains met the sea, there lived a young prince named Hassan. He was the only son of King Fidel, a wise and just ruler who had brought peace and prosperity to his kingdom. Prince Hassan, like his father, was beloved by the people for his kindness, intelligence, and sense of justice. But unlike his father, the prince was restless. Though he had everything a man could desire, wealth, land, and the love of his people, his heart was filled with a deep longing, a yearning for something beyond what he knew. Hassan often dreamed of the sea, of the vast waters that stretched endlessly beyond the horizon. He had heard stories of the Enchanted Sea, a place where time and space bent in mysterious ways, where creatures of magic and wonder lived. It was said that the sea held a secret, a power that could grant any wish to those brave enough to seek it. Some claimed that it was the gateway to other worlds, while others believed it was a place where souls could be reborn. One fateful day, as Hassan gazed out over the ocean from the palace balcony, he made a decision. He would find the Enchanted Sea and discover its secrets for himself. He believed that by doing so, he would uncover his true destiny. Without informing his father, Prince Hassan set out on a journey. He traveled far and wide, crossing deserts and mountains, sailing across treacherous waters. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but Hassan did not falter. The thought of the Enchanted Sea drove him forward, and he could not shake the feeling that his destiny lay somewhere within its mysterious depths. Finally, after many trials, Hassan reached the shores of the Enchanted Sea. The water was unlike any he had ever seen. It shimmered with an ethereal glow, and strange, melodious sounds seemed to come from the depths. As the prince stepped closer to the water's edge, he felt a pull, as if the sea was calling to him, beckoning him to enter. Hassan knelt by the shore and spoke aloud, his voice carrying over the waves. "I have come seeking the secret of the Enchanted Sea," he said. "Grant me the knowledge I seek, and I will dedicate my life to protecting the waters and the creatures that dwell within." No sooner had he spoken these words than a great wave rose from the sea. It crashed before him, and from its depths a figure emerged. It was a woman, tall and radiant, her skin the color of sea foam, and her eyes as deep and endless as the ocean itself. She was a goddess, the spirit of the Enchanted Sea, and her presence filled the air with a sense of awe. "You have come seeking answers, young prince," she said, her voice as soothing as the waves. "But know this, the Enchanted Sea does not give its secrets freely. To learn its true power, you must prove yourself worthy. Are you prepared to sacrifice all that you know and love for the knowledge you seek?" Prince Hassan, though taken aback by her words, nodded. "I am willing to give whatever is necessary," he said, his voice resolute. "I seek only the truth, and I will pay whatever price is required." The goddess studied him for a moment, her gaze unwavering. "Very well," she said. "The secret you seek is hidden in the heart of the sea. To reach it, you must dive into the depths and confront the trials that await you. You will face dangers unlike any you have known, and you will be tested in ways you cannot yet imagine. But if you succeed, you will be granted a single wish, one that will change the course of your life." Without hesitation, Hassan stepped into the water. The sea enveloped him, cool and welcoming, yet he could feel the weight of the trials ahead. As he descended deeper into the water, the world above him grew distant. Soon, he found himself in a realm unlike any he had ever seen. It was a world beneath the waves, full of glowing coral reefs, shimmering fish, and creatures of unimaginable beauty. But there was darkness here as well, a presence that lingered in the depths, watching him. The first trial came swiftly. As Hassan swam deeper into the ocean, he encountered a monstrous sea serpent, its scales glimmering like jewels. The serpent coiled around him, its eyes gleaming with malice. "To pass this trial," the serpent hissed, "you must prove that you are not ruled by fear." Hassan, though frightened, remembered the words of the goddess. He drew upon his courage and faced the serpent with a calm heart. "I fear nothing," he said. "I will not be swayed by your threats." With that, he held his ground, refusing to move. The serpent, sensing his resolve, slowly uncoiled and slithered away, leaving Hassan to continue his journey. The second trial was no less daunting. As Hassan swam deeper still, he encountered a whirlpool that threatened to swallow him whole. The water spun and twisted violently, pulling him towards its center. "To pass this trial," a voice boomed from the depths, "you must overcome your own inner turmoil. Do not let the storm within you control your fate." Hassan struggled against the current, but he knew that the key to survival was not in brute strength, but in balance. He closed his eyes and centered himself, calming his mind and heart. Slowly, the whirlpool began to subside, and the waters settled, allowing him to pass. Finally, Hassan reached the heart of the Enchanted Sea, where a great pearl lay upon the ocean floor. The pearl glowed with a soft, golden light, and around it swam the most beautiful fish Hassan had ever seen. But standing guard over the pearl was a majestic, silver-scaled creature, the guardian of the sea. To pass the final trial, the guardian said, "You must surrender your deepest desire. Only by letting go of what you most want can you prove your worth." Hassan hesitated. His deepest desire was to possess the knowledge of the sea, to wield its power. But as he looked at the pearl, he realized that true wisdom did not lie in the pursuit of power. He understood that his heart had been restless not because of what he lacked, but because he had been seeking the wrong thing. With a deep breath, Hassan closed his eyes and spoke from his heart. "I no longer wish to possess the secrets of the sea," he said. "I only wish to return to my people and rule with wisdom and humility." The guardian nodded, pleased by his answer. "You have passed the trials, Prince Hassan. You have proven that you are worthy not of power, but of wisdom. The sea has given you its gift and knowledge of what truly matters." With those words, the guardian vanished, and the pearl sank back into the depths. Hassan swam back to the surface, feeling a sense of peace that he had never known before. The enchanted sea had revealed its secret not through magic, but through the clarity of his own heart. When Hassan returned to his kingdom, he was forever changed. He ruled with wisdom, and his people flourished under his reign. And though he had once sought the secrets of the sea, he now understood that the greatest treasures were not those that could be possessed, but those that were found within. And so ends the tale of the prince and the enchanted sea, a story of self-discovery, sacrifice, and the wisdom that comes from within. The sea may offer its secrets to those who seek them, but it is the heart that must be ready to receive them.
When Scheherazade heard the rooster crow, she decided to stop telling stories. Shahryar smiled and realized that Scheherazade would not tell any more. Of course, he had a new date the next night to continue enjoying the stories of his beautiful wife, Scheherazade. King Shahryar, moved by the prince's journey and his transformation, sat back in silence, his mind quiet for the first time in many nights.